Hello, traders. FS Speculate here. Today is Thursday, so happy Thursday, Thursday, and it is March 14th. So, how's everybody doing today? Hopefully, fairly well. So, we had a little bit of a nice surge up today on the US dollar, and I see everybody. It was kind of funny because everybody in the group was all excited about that move, thinking it was just going to go to the moon. Kind of hilarious, really. I mean, honestly, if you look at it on the daily time frame, it doesn't even look like that big of a deal at all. So it's kind of funny how that works, but that's how it happens. It's because everybody's trading such a short time frame that they see a nice move on like very short time frames. It looks like a huge move, but really it's not. Especially if you go out to a little bit of a higher time frame. So, anyways, yeah, we had some dollar news today. It was actually very positive across the board for the dollar. I think there's one, yeah, this one was a little bit negative. Core retail sales was a tiny bit negative, but definitely not much. But we do have to realize, man, next week is going to be an awfully big week. I'm gonna be very, very busy next week, especially with my premium members doing these live streams that we got next week. Holy mackerel, big time! So Monday is pretty slow. There's not much going on. There's a little bit of Chinese news in AM. I'm gonna be sleeping for that, so definitely don't care about that. But we also have bank rate news for the JPY. So we got interest rate for the JPY, which a lot of people are saying that they're actually going to raise interest above negative, so they're going to raise it out of negative rates. And then we also have Aussie's cash rate on Tuesday with some press conferences. We also have a press conference at J Bank in Japan. We got CPI for the Canadian, which is another really big news event. Then moving on to Wednesday. Next Wednesday is a huge day for the dollar. We got interest rate news for the dollar. I probably will do a special YouTube live stream for that. So definitely make sure you hit your like, subscribe, and notification bell so that way you know when I'm doing my live streams. They're not predicting to change it, and I don't honestly think they're going to change it, but you never know. Most likely, they're not going to change it because Powell's been saying right from the beginning, like 2 years ago, that they're not going to change interest rates until we get to 2%. We just had interest CPI. Was it this week? I think, right? Yeah, this week, and it was 3.2. So obviously, if Powell sticks to what he said, they're not going to be changing rates anytime soon. We also, moving on to Thursday, we got all that PMI news. Look at all this PMI news. And then on top of that, we got pound interest rate news. We got lots and lots and lots of news next week. The market is going to be on fire next week, so you definitely better prepare for that. Now, if anybody is interested, especially with the week that we have to come, it would be a great time for you to sign up for my membership on my channel here on my new website. I just launched this website on Tuesday's live stream. Now, one of the reasons why it'd be a good time to do it because right now, to celebrate the launch of my brand new website, I am offering my membership at the very, very low price of $30 a month. And if you're paying with pounds, that's actually closer to 24, $25 pounds a month. If you're paying for with euros, that's around 27 euros a month, which is very, very, very cheap. And like I said, next week's going to be a very, very busy week for us. And I do London live streams every single morning, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, around 90 minutes long, where I analyze every single pair on this list right here that I'll show you. So every single one of these live streams, I go through every single list pair on this list right here from top to bottom, all the Forex pairs, including gold, silver, oil, natural gas, S&P 500, and Bitcoin. I look at every single day in these live streams. And we do take live trades in these live streams all the time. So a lot of that news that we got going on next week is going to be happen during these live streams. So that's going to be great if you are a member. And then I also do New York live streams on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. These ones are closer to 2 hours long, starting at 1 p.m. UK time. So, like I said, I just launched this website on Tuesday of this week, and to celebrate, I'm offering the price at $30, which is probably not going to stay that cheap. That is the cheapest I've ever offered my membership program, and it comes with the live trading sessions that I just showed you. It comes with the trading course, which is now located on the website. Also comes with all the educational information on Discord, all the private Discord channels, and I do share all my swing trades at the time that I take my trades. Every swing trade I take, I share with the group, and I share my stop loss. As far as take profits go, I don't really use take profits that much because I'm not a big fan of limiting my profit. I don't want to limit my profit to a take profit. I want to let the market tell me when it's time to get out of a trade. I don't want to get out just based on a of a stock, just a take profit and at a 2 to 1 or a 3 to 1 or something like that. So, like I said, if you want to participate in these live streams, the link for that is in the chats and it will be in the description of the video. It's pretty easy to remember. It's HTTPS, // fxpipcollector.com. So definitely pretty easy to remember that. If anybody is interested in that, definitely check it out. And like I said, this is the cheapest I've ever offered my membership, and the price is definitely not going to probably stay that low. It's honestly never been that low before. I normally charge $50 a month. So, to celebrate my new website, I thought it would be a good idea to offer a nice sale for everybody. So, anyways, let's move on. Let's start looking at these pairs. I think a lot of people are probably going to be pretty interested in the US dollar, I would say. Everybody's awful excited about the move up on the US dollar today. I can see that for sure. So, like I said, it's kind of hilarious because, you look at it on the daily time frame and I mean, it's really nothing. And it's funny because like everybody was so excited about this move. They're like, "Oh my God, it's moving, moving!" Then, but really, in the bigger perspective, it's not really that big of a move. And I honestly still think that I personally still think that this is going to go down. I personally think that this move up is probably just filling some of this liquidity that we have right here. And I still think that this is potentially going to go down for a wave three. I think this is a one. I think this is a two. I think we're going to go down like a three, four, five up wave C, which that puts us all the way down on the US dollar FXCM index, all the way down to about the 1230, 1200, 12300. So 12,300 area is probably where I think this is going to go. Or maybe it really is a wave three, but I think it probably is more likely a wave C. So I am definitely still very bearish on the dollar. A lot of people probably had some really tight stop losses today, and I bet a lot of people got stopped out of this move. But I personally think that this is a one. I personally think this is a two. I still think this is a three. I still think this is just a subdivision of this wave three that is probably going to last most likely for weeks and months. I think there's a very, very good chance that this thing is going to go down still. Now, like I've been saying to my premium members in our live streams that we do, this is definitely looks more like a trend than a correction. I mean, there's always a possibility it's an A. I always try to look at both sides of the coin. There's always a possibility this is a B, and there's always a possibility that this could go up for a wave C. And honestly, it would look like a much more normal looking pattern if it did do that. But I'm really not convinced that it's actually going to do that anymore. And one of the major reasons is if you were in my live streams these last couple of days, I really went over it very very thoroughly. But I like to do like a poll, and what I do is I like to it's almost like I'm polling all these dollar pairs and I'm asking them, are you in a wave three or are you in a wave C, euro dollar, pound dollar, wave C or wave three, Aussie, Kiwi. And then I take a poll and I ask myself, which one of these pairs looks like it could be a wave three? Which one of these pairs looks like it could be a wave C? And looking at all the dollar pairs and the US dollar and the DXY and putting it all together, the poll for me was very, very weighted to one side that this is actually already the end of a wave two, the end of a wave one. This move up is probably just literally just filling a liquidity gap, and it's probably just going to end up continuing down maybe next week at the interest rate news. So like I said, I do try to look at both sides of the coin, but I'm aware that it could go up for wave C. I definitely will be aware of that, but I'm not really convinced that that's actually what's going to happen. Hey, Rocky, how's it going? Nice to see you. Hey, Sir Z, how's it doing? Danny, nice to see you. ST, nice to see everybody. Regina, nice to see you. Yeah, definitely. So one of the major purposes of doing these live streams twice a week is I think it's a good way to thank my audience. People that like and subscribe to me on YouTube. I think it's a really good way to thank people and to go on and take requests. So I usually spend about an hour going through requests for everybody. I think a lot of people are going to be pretty interested in the dollar pairs today, but we're going to go through and we're going to take requests from people starting right at the top. So if you have something that you would like me to look at, then put it in the chats and I'll be more and more than happy to take a look at pretty much anything for you. I cover Forex, I cover commodities, I don't mind looking at crypto. Indices, I definitely don't mind looking at those. Individual stocks, I definitely am not really a stock trader, but I don't, I don't mind looking at some of them, but I definitely am not used to looking at those, but that's okay. I don't mind looking at stuff. So let's start right at the top with Sergey, who is asking about oil. And then we got the US dollar CAD, pound dollar, S&P, and we got natural gas from Rocky. Oh yeah, did it make a nice push up today? Boy, I was wondering if I was thinking we're still in a wave five, but we'll look at that in a minute. So let's go look at oil. Now, as far as my own personal charts go, I do use these white charts for my own personal charts. I actually much prefer these white charts. Most people don't, but I definitely do. So, man, oil made a big surge up today, and we are very, very close to my target on this. Now, like I said in Tuesday's live stream, price doesn't really necessarily have to stop here. I mean, it could possibly go up to a higher fib level. It doesn't have to stop at this fib level, but it is definitely a very, very high area of interest for me because not only is it taking out the high of wave four, which a correction should do, but it's also bouncing up. It potentially could also bounce off a Fibonacci level. So I think this 50% fib level is a very high interest area for me. I think there's a pretty good chance that it could turn down there. If you go all the way up to the weekly time frame, this move up is looking pretty corrective. I think this is impulsive down, corrective up. This could even possibly lead to a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern. That's kind of what I think is going to happen. So I'm pretty sure that I'm going to end up sorting this if it gives me the opportunity. I kind of feel like there's a pretty good chance we could even head all the way down to the $40 area, someplace down in there. So now that we're approaching my target area, now is when we really need to start to pay attention. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for like a double top, like that 3, 4, 5 shape. If you will really pay attention to your time frames, pretty much every single trend in the market, even these ones right here, I guarantee have a 3, 4, 5 shape on the sort of time frames if you're on the right time frame. If you're on the right time frame, you're almost always going to see that 3, 4, 5 shape in a break of structure, confirming that a trend is over. So if I see this pizza right here at the 50% level, that's going to be my short, and I will take it to the downside. But you have to realize that, I mean, it has to go up. It probably has to make a correction, which will probably take a while, maybe a day or more. It's probably going to have to make a wave five, and then it's going to have to go down and break structure. So we're talking probably a couple days before this thing is even remotely ready, probably sometime next week if we're lucky. But if it does produce the trade, there's going to be a really good opportunity for me for sure. US dollar CAD, yeah, the dollar pairs definitely surged up, didn't they? I'm definitely still under the impression that they're going down. I'm still holding quite a few. I'm still actually pretty heavily short the dollar. I personally think this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's a wave one. I think this is an A. I think it's three waves down for a B. I think it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of wave C. We didn't bounce off a fib level on this one, but that's okay. It definitely doesn't happen every single time. I think it's a wave two. I think this is very impulsive down. I think it's a subdivision one, subdivision two. I think we're going to go down for wave three probably at this point next week. And if I just showed you the news calendar, we have a lot of stuff going on next week. Next week is going to be a very, very high news week for the market. And like I said, if you are interested in becoming a member, it'd be a really good time to do so because not only am I offering my membership the cheapest I've ever offered it, but I do these live streams every single day. London's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, London session, New York session, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So I do take live trades in these sessions all the time. So if anybody's interested in that, the link for that is in the chat, and it will be in the description of the live stream afterwards. So, like I said, it'd be a really good time to join because this is the cheapest I've ever offered the membership. Normally, I charge $50 a month for this. So, taking it down, oh yeah, well, that definitely wasn't a wave C, was it? I was wondering about that, but because looking at the dollar index was actually pretty clear that it was going to go up again for a wave C. So, I mean, honestly, we should have known that this was going to go up too. Probably 1, 2, 3 down, probably corrective up, 61%. It's probably not going to go down now, but at some point I do think it is going to go down. I'm definitely still bearish and I'm definitely still looking for shorts. Now, don't get me wrong, there was definitely a nice long on the dollar pairs today, and I even mentioned it in the group at the time that this was happening today, which was right around here, which was my meeting started at 1 p.m. UK time, which is right at the close of this candle right here. I told everybody in my group, I think that this is going to make a wave C today. I think it's going to go up, take out the higher wave A, and make a wave C. That was right here when I said that to people in my group today during the live stream. And man, look at it now. That was a very, very profitable trade for anybody that did end up taking that trade. Very, very, very nice. So, anyways, getting back to the US dollar CAD. I think we're very likely still in a wave C. I'm definitely looking for that 345 shape and a breaker structure at a Fibonacci level to go short, definitely. But it's not, it may not be over yet. It may actually end up continuing up a little bit more. But at some point, I think we're going to have a really, really nice shorting opportunity. So let's look at the pound dollar. I think that I'm very confident that this is not a trend reversal, that this is not just going to turn into a complete trend reversal. It really, really on the, especially on the higher time frames, if you start scrolling on like the 2, 3, some of these really high time frames, it really looks like this move is nothing beyond a crutch into the uptrend. I think this right here is just a subdivision. I actually don't even think it's a wave four anymore. I actually think it's a subdivision of a much, much, much bigger uptrend. So I'm definitely still very bullish on these. This move down definitely did not change my analysis in the slightest. And I even said in my videos that I made today that there's a pretty good chance that this is going to go down. I said that this looks like a trend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave A. I said this looks like three waves up, wave B. And then it makes a big impulsive move down, and everybody's like, oh my God, it's going down. What do I do? Well, it's pretty clear what to do. You could go short at the end of a wave B and trade the wave C. You could exit the wave C when you see a break of structure at a fib level, and then go long for the continuation of the uptrend, which at this point is probably pretty likely to happen next week, I would say. I don't think we really have a whole lot going on tomorrow. Well, we do have consumer sentiment tomorrow, don't we? Let's see, tomorrow's the 15th. Yeah, we do have the primary consumer sentiment tomorrow at 2 p.m. I will be live streaming at this news event for my premium members. The live stream starts at 1 p.m. and goes till about 3 p.m. So all this US dollar news tomorrow, I will be live streaming for my premium members at the time of the news. So if anybody's interested, definitely check out my website, which I just launched this week, which is why I'm offering a really good deal. But long story short, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. It was extremely clear to me that these were going down. I don't think it's just going to suit up now. I mean, it's possible that it could, but it's probably more likely to maybe even drift down some more, do something like that. And probably, maybe tomorrow's consumer sentiment news will cause it to go up, but I kind of doubt that it's just going to take right off to the upside now. So, anyways, yeah, let's move on. Let's look at the S&P 500. We'll look at Rocky's pair. Hey, Chrissy, how's it going? Nice to see you. Did you catch that short on the euro today? Boy, the euro was definitely very strong to the downside. Compared to most of them, the euro is actually quite a bit stronger than most of them. That was definitely a pretty strong little move right there. Ah, nice. That was awesome. Good job. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Very, very happy. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, definitely. That's what I figured. I know the EU is one of your favorite pairs, and that's one of my favorite pairs too, honestly. So we got that in common, definitely. So the S&P 500. I do analyze the S&P 500 every single day. Also, I do the US 500, which is exactly the same as the S&P 500. It's basically the exact same thing. It's just a way that the Oanda, I think, right? This is an Oanda chart. No, no, it's Pepperstone. Never mind. So the S&P 500 definitely made a turn down today, but is there a break of structure? Is there an engulfing move? Is there a lower high? The answer to all those questions are no for me. So yeah, it's definitely an impulsive move down, but yeah, I don't think it's over. I think this right here actually looks like three waves up. I think this right here actually looks like an impulsive move. What's that mean? That means that this is very likely to go down to the 61, maybe the 78%, and probably end up continuing the uptrend. I still do not think that the S&P 500 is finished with its big uptrend. Not even remotely do I think that. So yeah, let's see. So let's switch over. We'll look at natural gas. Yeah, natural gas did make a little bit of a push up, but boy, definitely no break of structure. Definitely not even really an engulfing move on the higher time frames either. I think this is still going to go down, in my opinion. I think it's almost too clear that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for it not to go down. This thing went, honestly, this thing is going exactly as planned. I really feel like I should be trading this, but I say that all the time. But I still think it's going to go down. I still think that the 1.54 area would be my target for the move down for this wave 5. Definitely seems pretty likely that it would go down and make that wave 5, in my opinion. So I already put my Fibonacci level here during the New York live stream because I already saw that it was trying to turn up. And it actually did break structure on the 1 hour time frame during our meeting this afternoon. And there's another member besides Rocky that is actually trading this to the short side, so he was asking about it also. But we do have a break of structure. All that tells me is this wave right here is over. This is actually part of my trade plan right here. This is step number 2 to identifying the end of a correction. This right here is step number 2. I want to see a break of structure to the upside if I'm looking for shorts. Now, step number 3 is put your Fibonacci on there. Step number 4 is look for a three-way pattern. Step number 5 is when you identify the end of that three-way pattern, go short again. So it is definitely going up. I think it needs to at least make 3 waves. I think it needs to at least go up to one of these higher fib levels. It's very, very clearly a wave A. That's for sure. I think it's very clearly a wave A. I think it probably throughout tomorrow and maybe tonight it's going to make a wave B. Probably eventually tomorrow it'll go up. We got a nice little bottom top right here too at the 50%. So maybe that's a likely area. ABC back down again. So I think there's a really good chance that's going to go back down also. Let's see the EU. Yeah, honestly, the euro dollar is going down much stronger than a lot of the other dollar pairs. Definitely. And a lot of that is because the euro is still very, very weak. The euro is definitely very weak still. We are closing below the 78%, but not really quite enough yet for me to really say for sure. But I'm still definitely looking at this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm still looking at this as 3 waves up, and I'm definitely still looking at this as a wave C. Now, sometimes wave Cs will go down and break structure, and then they'll reject structure, and that will be the continuation of the uptrend. This may actually be what happens on this one. And a lot of this is because the euro is still so weak for some reason. I don't know why, but the euro has definitely been a very, very weak currency. So a lot of the other dollar pairs are even recovering a little bit from today's move, and the euro is definitely not recovering. So, like I said, you probably should be short right now. Honestly, I mean, this was actually a very, very clear entry right here. This was another trade that I talked about today in the members group. 1, 2, 3 up, nice move down, very, very nice. It was kind of slow. I was thinking today was going to be a very, very slow day because the news came out and they really didn't do nothing at first, but eventually it started to kick in. It took a little while for the news to kick in today, but eventually it did. It is extremely clear that this is a 1, 2, 3. Probably at some point it's going to make a wave 4 and probably again make a wave 5. So depending on what time frames you trade on, I mean, you could definitely still be looking for shorts in a downtrend for sure. I would be careful. It might just break this structure right here and just keep on going up. But at least for now, you could definitely still be looking for shorts. I copper. Hey Francis, how are you doing? I definitely don't normally look at copper, but I do have some people in the group that do like to trade commodities. I've never actually traded copper, but I do have it on my list, and we can take a very quick look at it. Oh yeah, that kind of reminds me of sugar. I guess not quite, but kind of the same type of looking thing. I bet this is an A, I bet this is a B, and I bet this is a C. I actually think that's probably very, very clearly an ABC. So just knowing that alone gives me a really good target area. So taking it down to the daily, this is probably very, oops, this is probably very, very likely a wave A. This is a trend, a correction, and a trend. That's a wave B. This is a wave 1. That's 3 waves down. Wave 2. We're probably in a wave 3 of wave C right now, which I would actually expect to probably go up to around someplace between 4.4 and 4.5, maybe 4.45 area, whatever that is right there. And then it's probably going to end up going back down eventually, but it's going to take a little while for it to continue the uptrend. So with that information in mind, what would I be doing on this? I would be doing absolutely nothing but looking for longs at the end of every single pullback I see on these sort of time frames. Just long longs. There's actually been some very, very nice longs. There's been quite a few of very nice longs. I often wish that I traded some of these commodities a little bit more often, but the spreads on some of them are terrible. I was considering trading soybean, sugar, and wheat, but boy, the spreads are just terrible on for my broker on some of these. So I don't really trade them, but man, they do make some very, very nice moves. I definitely will agree with that. Interest rate cutting. You think they're going to cut interest rates, SRST? I don't think so. I had to give Powell credit. It's not like I like Powell or nothing, but he said almost 2 years ago that he would not lower interest rates until they got to 2%. And oh look, Holden Hope is here, and he's saying the same thing I'm saying. And they're not at 2% yet, so you have to kind of give him credit on that. Let's see. I'm trying to purchase the subscription. If you're having issues purchasing the subscription, then maybe you're in a country that it's restricted in, and if you are, then you can pay with cryptocurrency. If anybody wants to join my free Discord channel, also definitely do that because the Discord channel is 100% free to join. You do not never have to pay a dime if you do not want to. But if you contact me on Discord, I will take USDT for payment if you want to contact me on Discord. So definitely check that out. But like I said, if anybody's interested, the website's right here. It is https://FX Collector. So if anybody's interested, the link for that is in the chats and in the description. I promoted it enough probably for one live stream. So if anybody has any requests, definitely put them in the chats, and I'll be more than happy to look at it. A wave C on the weekly. What's that? Oh yeah. Maybe. Definitely could be. You might be right. I could see it. Like that? Maybe. Definitely possible. It kind of depends on that dollar, doesn't it? Let's see. Hello, hey, hey, da, da, da. Yeah, what's up with that JPY basket? What's up with the JPY basket? It's drifting up, isn't it? It's definitely trying to drift up. Do I not have my fib on the? Oh, I got it on that time frame. Hmm. I kind of agree that it's probably more likely this is going to go up. I feel like it's probably at this point going to take out this structure right here. Maybe do something like that before it goes down. Maybe something like this over here. Like go up, and then down again. Maybe something like that. So you're probably right. It probably is just going to keep drifting up, isn't it? This was another one today that really messed with people. Boy, the thing was like going oh, I'm on the 90-minute. The thing was like going sideways, 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 and then all of a sudden something happened with the JPY, and this happened during our meeting today. It just spiked up, spiked down, went right back to the starting line, and now it's slowly, slowly, like at a snail's pace, is creeping up. So it probably is going to go up, but boy, we'll talk about a slow going, man. Things have been so slow. The dollar definitely picked up some speed today, which was really nice, but Boy, things have definitely been awfully slow, that's for sure. So if anybody is wanting me to look at something, definitely put it in the chats. I'd be more than happy to look at pretty much anything. I don't think I missed anybody's request, did I? Let me scroll back up real quick. Oh, the Aussie, yeah, I didn't look at that. I did miss that one. The Aussie dollar. Oh, let me put that back here. I was wondering if some of these were ABCs today, but obviously in hindsight, it's pretty damn clear that they weren't, huh? So, I don't know, man. These things really do not. I know a lot of people think that they're going down, but I'm just really not convinced. I feel like they need to go up again, and they might just keep going up, but we'll see. I'm definitely thinking that. I mean, I could be wrong. It's not like I've never been wrong before, but I do think there's a very good likelihood that these are going to go up at some point. Hmm. So, I mean, to me, it still looks like an A. It's kind of an odd looking pattern now. It could even be a flat now, actually, because this is kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Kretzen, break of structure. So really, it's like it's probably a flat, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, because this is. Let me clear this out. 1, 2, 3, and then this is 1, 2, 3, and then this is like A, B, and now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. Or maybe it's a wave three. Like I said, I mean, it is definitely possible that dollar is in a wave three. Don't get me wrong. It is definitely very possible that dollar is in a wave three. Oh, I mean, I'm sorry. It's very possible that it's going up for a wave C, that is. Like I said, don't get me wrong. It is definitely possible. And it does kind of seem like it would make for a much, much clearer pattern if it did go up. That's what I keep saying to everybody. It's like, I don't really think it's going to go up for some reason. And the reason why is because looking at all the dollar pairs, but it would make for a much, much clearer pattern if it did go up, in my opinion. We have not looked at gold yet, but I will look at gold, no problem. I'll look at, keep the request coming. Like I said, I'm pretty much caught up. So if anybody wants me to look at something, put it in the chats and I'll be more than happy to do so. So I was looking at the Aussie dollar, right? So yeah, definitely looks like a wave three. Probably, I bet we're already in that wave four by the looks of it. I bet it's more likely to do something like this over the next few. And this is going to be like a wave four. This is a wave one. This is a wave two, wave three, and then down for a wave five. So I bet that's probably the most likely scenario, most likely outcome in my opinion. At the 50 week ME, at the it's at the 50 moving average on the weekly. The DXY is another one like we keep going back to, and the DXY on the weekly time frame would also make sense if it went up, honestly. Like I said, I keep referring to these because I don't disagree that it might go up. I definitely don't. I mean, there's a very, very, very clear channel right here. And we all know that price does like to hang out in channels sometimes. A lot of people are saying that the dollar is literally going to spend all year in this one channel right here. And I really wouldn't be surprised to tell you the truth if that really was the case, but we'll find out, I guess. The DXY is definitely looks more convincing than the dollar. The dollar, the US dollar index looks way more like a 1, 2, 3. The DXY does kind of look like an ABC more, just more impulsive because the euro is so weak. That's why the DXY looks better, in my opinion. I don't think this move up is over, even if it really is a wave C. I don't think it's over. So don't get me wrong. I still don't. I still think we got some upside potential on this thing. So keep there. Hey, Mark, how's it going, buddy? Nice to see you. So let's move on to gold, right? Somebody just requested gold. Yeah. Hey, Huss, how's it going? Truss, Huss and Truss. You guys friends? Let's move on to gold. Oh, gold really didn't move down as much as the dollar pairs did it? Wow, gold has actually still got a lot of strength in it. Man, gold, in my opinion, gold is definitely still in an uptrend. Look at it on the daily. That is extremely corrective looking. I mean, it may not go up right now, but I still think there's a very, very good chance that this is going to go up. So, hmm. A lot of the people in my group, Stefan and some of the other people in the group, are saying that this is a B over here, and honestly, it probably is more accurate, especially looking at what the other dollar pairs did. That probably is the more accurate scenario. It probably is going to go down a little bit more, huh? I don't know. I mean, it's definitely respecting that fib level again, but at this point, it does kind of seem more likely like it's going to drift down before it goes up. But man, it still really hasn't broken that 4 hour structure that I've been talking about forever. The 4 hour structure level is right there. That still hasn't broken that, which tells me that we're still in an uptrend technically, and it could possibly just continue the uptrend pretty easily. Oh yeah, look at it. It does look like it wants to push down again, doesn't it? Yeah, I bet that move down is not over yet. I bet it's got some more downside potential in it. Probably, like I was saying, I've been saying this for a while too. I think the 38% is probably the more likely area for this to go. Plus, we got this valley-based rally area over here, which is a pretty likely area too, I think. So, yeah, let's see. So, if anybody has any requests, put them in the chats. I will look at pretty much anything anybody wants. Doesn't really bother me any. I'll pretty much look at anything. Definitely Forex and commodities and stuff like that. Definitely, I feel more comfortable with, but I'll look at pretty much anything. So if you want me to check out something for you, put in the chats. Not a problem. So let's see. Did I miss anything? JPY. Um, let's go back to here. Whatever happened with those JPY pairs? Oh, they're still drifting down. They definitely did make a lower high, lower high. They may actually just keep on going down, honestly. The JPY pairs, that is. Oh wow, that pound dollar does look like it's going down, doesn't it? Lower high, lower high. Oh, it broke structure too, which means a pullback and another push down is probably pretty likely at this point. Wow, pretty nice. Aussie yen, ooh, nice. Holding hope is probably still holding and hoping on that one, aren't you? Nice, 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 nice. Nice little break of structure too. And this one turned right at the 78%, which is really, really nice. That was very, very sweet. Let's see, am I missing something there? Yeah, we can look at Bitcoin. No problem. Yeah, Mark, I kind of agree, buddy. Definitely. I think it's just a trap. I mean, I don't think it's gonna last. I think by next week it's probably gonna go back into its area. Go back down probably by next week. Oh well, that Kiwi yen was a pretty good one. I did mention that these are going to be when they turned today. We were talking about how they probably are going to be some good trades. I actually didn't take any of them, but they are pretty decent little trades, honestly. I'm holding a lot of trades right now, so uh, it's risk on season. Yeah, I usually call this trend season. January, February, March, and usually mostly April is trend season. There's a lot of trends usually in the first 3 or 4 months of the year, pretty much always. Risk on years, yeah. If it's risk on, then it's going to be good for assets, that's for sure, like Bitcoin and yen and Swiss and maybe even some other things like the Aussie and stuff. Let's see, Bitcoin. I don't think Bitcoin is over either, honestly. So, and on Bitcoin, I think we're very, I mean, it's very clear we're in a wave three. There's really no arguing that fact, but I think this looks like a one, this looks like a two, and then I think this is a one subdivision, two subdivision. That means that we're very likely in a wave three of wave three. And I don't even think that's over. I think the 161.8 is the more likely area for this to go. My target right now is 77,720 or so, someplace in that range, because the 61.8 is the most likely place for it to go. And it doesn't even have to stop there, honestly. I mean, that's just like my minimum target. It could potentially actually go a lot higher than that pretty easily. So, I mean, it's definitely going down now, but boy, that's good, honestly. The fact that it's going down is good because that should give people another opportunity to buy at a better price eventually. Probably a really good. It probably will even go down, take out struts, probably get a bunch of people to sell. And then next thing you know, smart money is going to step in and start buying again. So I don't really see, I mean, yeah, it's definitely going down, but I don't really see any reason to think it's going down in a big way, especially when you're talking about the higher time frames. Bitcoin definitely did surprise me, to be honest, because I thought for sure when that EFT was released, which is right here, was when it came out. I thought for sure that Bitcoin was going to go down, potentially even down into this area or maybe even further, frustrate the living crap out of everybody because everybody was buying right here, and then I thought it was going to rally after that, after it frustrated the living heck out of everybody. But boy, I guess there was way too much money flowing into Bitcoin for that to happen. Trillions of dollars, probably not billions, probably trillions of dollars flowing into this thing. So definitely looking for longs. Bitcoin doesn't really always make proper ABC corrections, so yeah, it must not be an ABC, honestly. Yeah, I was originally thinking that this was a wave A down here. I was originally thinking that this was going to be a wave B and it was going to go down and stop everybody out and then go up and make a big old rally, but obviously there was way too much money flowing into that thing. That's for sure, big time, crazy amount of money. So let's see, does anybody have any more requests? Let's see, what else we got going on? The Aussie Kiwi was a good rally this week. This is one that we caught. I'm actually still holding this because there's been no break of structure to the downside. I'm still long on that. Ooh, pound Swiss is going up nicely. I'm still long there. I'm still long on the pound CAD. That's still going pretty good. I'm still long the Euro CAD, and I'm still pretty heavily short the dollar on some of these dollar pairs. So I expected that it was going up though. I mean, I entered these trades knowing that it was probably going to go down for wave C. Ooh, that does kind of look like it possibly could go up a little bit, but we're getting late in the day now. Things are going to start slowing down a little bit. We're probably going to get the Asia pullback pretty soon. Yeah, I mean, really, what time is it? I guess it's only 1 o'clock in New York right now, but it's still, things are going to start slowing down pretty soon. So, if you have not done so, definitely join my free Discord channel. It's free to join. You never have to pay a dime if you do not want to. We currently have 4,700 and some odd members. Where is it? I forget where the count is. 4,700 and something. I don't see my count right now for some reason. But let's see. Where is it? Right there. 4,766 members. So very, very large community of people. I really do want to, like I said, my Discord channel is free. I do have a membership on my website, but you are more than welcome to join my Discord channel for free. You're more than welcome to share your trade ideas. I don't care what kind of a strategy you trade. You can trade any strategy you want. Share your trade ideas, join the group, interact with other traders, help people out, learn from people. I really want to build a community, a free community of traders that are willing to help each other out. So definitely give it a try. Like I said, it's free. You have nothing to lose. Like I said, I did just recently launch my website. So if anybody's interested in that, definitely check it out. I'm currently offering the website at the price of $30. It's probably not going to stay at that price. So if anybody's interested, now would definitely be the time to check it out. The link for that is in the chat and also will be in the description of the video. It's pretty easy to remember. It's fxpipcollector.com. So, like I said, I do 90-minute live streams during the London session. I do 2-hour Zoom meetings during the New York session. And I do share all my swing trades with the group. I do also have a ton of educational information. I got a trading course, which is now located on my website. And I also do these live trading sessions. And I really just want to build a community of very, very profitable traders. I love nothing more to see people be profitable when trading because so many people have struggled with trading. And nothing makes me happier than seeing somebody be successful with their trading. It honestly makes all the work worth it, that's for sure. So definitely check it out. Very, very, very cheap membership. It's definitely the cheapest I've ever offered it, and it's probably going to be the cheapest I will ever offer it. I'm definitely not going to lower any lower than that. If you live in Europe and you're paying with euros, it's really 27 euros a month. If you're paying with pounds, it's actually closer to 24, 25 pounds a month, which is very, very, very cheap. I was actually wanting to raise my price at some point, not lower my price, but I'm trying to make it very, very cheap because I want everybody to be able to afford it. I don't want people to join my group and be like, oh, it's $50 a month or $100 a month, like a lot of people charge. And, they're stressed about money and they're not sure if they really want to stay with the group. And like I said, I do sell on my swing trades, so it really only takes a couple trades for you to make that $30 a month. You could probably easily make that $30 a month in a day pretty easily. So, like I said, we are getting into the Asian session pretty soon. Things are probably going to start slowing down. With the big rally we had today, we probably will get a little bit of a pullback starting at some point pretty soon. I still suspect that the dollar's in a wave C. It possibly may continue to stretch out a little bit today, maybe a little bit tomorrow, but I'm actually still pretty heavily short the dollar pairs. I've been short and I'm still holding some shorts. And I'm pretty confident it's still going to go down. If it doesn't, then whatever. No big deal. I'll get out and I'll start looking for longs. And then I'll start looking for shorts. And so whatever. No big deal, really. So, anyways, I do these live streams every Tuesday and every Thursday. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you join my free Discord channel. If anybody is wanting to join my membership, like I said, it is extremely cheap and I do a lot for my members. We have some very, very profitable people in the group. So it's really nice because a lot of people will share their strategies and share their trade ideas and, really, really help everybody out. So, hey, Regina, hey, Chris, how's it going? So, as always, I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their evening or day, depending on where you are. And as always, happy trading and good luck to everybody.